Ladies and gentlemen, today we have a very serious recovery, something that honestly, it's a tragedy. You hate to see it when this kind of stuff happens, but you know, we got the call, nobody else could do this, and we decided to come up here to northern Utah because they really need our help to recover a toilet. You see, right here is a 52,000 pound outhouse. And if you've ever wondered where the term built like a brick house comes from, this is the perfect example of it, because it's literally an outhouse built out of solid concrete that flew off of a semi truck going like 50, 60 miles an hour. The truck wrecked and it's been stuck here for months. This happened over the summer a few months ago and nobody's known what to do with it. So they just literally left it there in the ditch on the side of this pristine section of highway right outside Randolph, Utah. And it finally got to the point where local authorities got together and they're like, hey, we need help. And so they got a hold of our buddy Brian at Atlas Towing. Brian called me, he's like, hey, you want to recover an outhouse? And I was like, I thought it was like a knock-knock joke, so I was waiting for the punchline. And then he sent me a picture of that. The craziest part is, this thing is like pretty much unscathed. There is very little damage. Normally, if something like that fell off of a truck going those kind of speeds, it would just crumble to pieces. Nah. This thing's got a couple chips out of the concrete on the backside, but just like surface level stuff, nothing structural. That is one stout building, and whoever built it deserves a raise. We've actually got a really cool plan of what we're gonna do with it after we get it loaded up. So we've got the lowboy here. We've got Brian from Atlas. He's brought his wrecker and a mini excavator and a couple other pieces of equipment. So basically the plan is to flop it onto the lowboy. The goal is to keep it obviously in one piece, keep it from breaking because it's already survived battle. If we break it, that'd suck. So we're gonna be as gentle as we can, but at the same time, 52,000 pound building that's really awkward, big and bulky and hard to lift. It's not an easy piece to move. So this will be challenging, even though it's right on the side of the highway. That actually makes it more challenging because we got traffic coming by here like crazy, and this is a highway, so they're doing, you know, 50, 60, 70 miles an hour. Right now, I'm gonna figure out how we're gonna rig this thing, what lifting points we're gonna use, and how we're gonna be able to tip it back onto the trailer without breaking it or the trailer or any of the equipment or hurting anybody. So got a little bit of a challenge ahead of us, but I'm pretty confident in what we got going on. He'll get out of there. The problem is he's got the tag axle in the middle that's kind of hanging up, so as soon as that hits and gets pressure, he loses all his traction. But here he goes, come on, baby. Yeah, there you go. Dump trucks don't like to crawl out of holes like that, and that one did just fine. That was awesome. And the load of gravel is basically here to provide us with a little bit of a bridge because we need to get on the opposite side of the outhouse. So I'm gonna spread this out, fill in the ditch, bring the Kenworth in, and kind of cross it at an angle, park right next to the there, start the recovery process, and then it'll be pretty much the exact same way. We'll just back out, back onto the road, and then haul off into town.
Look at this dude.
All right, real quick, one thing I want to address is people always ask us why we run around with a tri-drive, off-road, you know, oil field or logging truck for our main semi, because it seems like it's overkill. Well, that right there is why we run this truck, because having traction to all three axles, having that extra load capacity, and having triple lockers, meaning I'm able to lock all the axles together, plus I'm able to lock all the diffs together. So it gets like a true six-wheel drive. Other trucks don't like to do what this truck just did. This truck does it all day, every day with zero complaints. Another nice feature of this Alpha trailer that we have is, this is a bad idea, put seeds in. Shouldn't have done that. Stand by. Another thing that we got to do is get our trailer as low as we possibly can. For those of you who don't know, this is called a lowboy trailer, aka a double drop. What that means is the main deck is as low as the ground as it can possibly be while still being strong enough to support a load. The standard low boy overall height to the top of the deck is anywhere from 16 to 24 inches, and it's adjustable. So right now, I'm gonna take the neck of the low boy and drop it as low as I can, and then I'm gonna go to the rear axles and drop those as low as I can. This is fully adjustable height, so I can keep it high, get it as low as I want. And right now, we want this thing sitting flat on the ground because we're gonna basically flop the outhouse right over on top of it. So. Finding all sorts of treasures from the truck that wrecked, most likely. All right, now we come over here. Notice how high the suspension is right now. Got almost a foot of clearance right there. That's way higher than normal, and it's so that I could access that little off-road patch right there, you know, without any trouble. So now, come over here. I take the suspension and go to the lowest setting possible, and you see the whole thing just come down. Nothing, hold on. What is your backup plan if you lose power? If you lost power right now, what are you gonna do? It all starts with the Anker F3800 power station, 3,840 watt hours of power storage with 6,000 watt capability. It can power like pretty much everything. Your power is generated by either the grid, or you can use the Anker modular solar panels, which are really sweet, really durable. The power then goes into your F3800 power station. If you want to install this at your home as a backup power solution, like I'm going to do here at the hangar, then you're going to run the power from here into the Anker home power panel. It basically manages the power that's coming in from the grid. It automatically switches over to your backup power, which is the Anker power station. The power goes out, this bad boy jumps into action and sends power into your other backup panel, which you'll install right by your other home power panels. Each of these expansion batteries has 3,840 watt hour storage capacity, and you can stack up to 6 of them together with each F3800 power station. A total power capacity out of one system, 26,880 watt hours. That is a ridiculous amount of power. So I've got one 120, 240 power outlet, plus 6 additional 110 outlets. Hands down the cleanest, most functional, and best bang for your buck I've ever seen. We're gonna install it here in my hangar where I have grid power, but the second the grid power goes out, this bad boy jumps into action and I don't have to worry about it. All you gotta do is click the link below and you can order your own F3800 power station plus home power panel plus as many expansion batteries as you need. Get your backup power now. Thank you, Anker, for sponsoring this video. All right, my friends, I'm on top of the here, and I'm gonna show you how I'm rigging this up because, believe it or not, it does take a little bit of thought process here because this big cement flange, that hole is what we're pulling from, but we don't want to pull the flange off and break it. So we're running our slings through this hole, and then on the back side, we are catching them with this piece of timber so that it'll pull as low as possible rather than pulling from up here, because we pull up here, there's a chance that it breaks. Pulling as low as we can gives us the best shot at not breaking anything and still being able to get some good pulling power. So I pull the sling through this hole, right? And then I take this chunk of timber, put it right there, and then we'll pull that tight and then pass through the other end hands. The same thing, put that through the hole there, and then run the timber through it so that it locks it in. Go ahead and pull those tight. Got the weight distributed much better. I'm gonna turn these timbers on their end so that they pull on the long side of the wood rather than the short side. Gives it more vertical strength that way. I want to use the boom to lower it so that when it hits that breakover angle, it doesn't just plop down. So we want to be like as close as we can and have the boom as high as we can so that it catches it.
there a way to have these cables act as a cradle? To set it down like to where the cables catch it?
No, because it would catch and then it would just dick up the truck.
Stupid idea. Never.
Stupid idea.
Right now, we're going to pull with the wrecker and see how cooperative this thing is. If we've got enough grunt with the truck to pull it. Right now, we're trying to figure out if we have enough machine to move this. If we don't, then we're gonna have to go grab a telehandler and add to the fleet. But I think this should do it. As long as we can get the right angles and the right geometry and the right rope and pulley and cable setup, we should be good. That's going exactly how we want it to. And I'm thinking we might have enough of a lip of the trailer right there to catch the outhouse from slamming down too hard. It's still probably gonna slam a little bit, but at least, hold on one sec, Ryan. At least we'll have something to catch it. All right. It's still pretty top heavy, so it'll come over slow. Hoping that it catches on the edge of the trailer there. I'm gonna come up with that trailer a little bit to catch it even better. All right, I like that better. Having the trailer higher is gonna catch it for us rather than giving it more room to fall. So now we'll just be able to pull it against the trailer and let it kind of just pull itself on rather than slapping down. You good? That's exactly what we wanted. And now I can lower the trailer and get it back to a more manageable position. You can go tight with this one, spin it. All right, let me lower the trailer now. Hope the concrete holds back there. There we go. That's what we wanted. Money. Literally exactly what we're looking for. Okay, come forward a little bit till it gets stable. Keep coming. Come down. Okay, pull, Brian.
Pull?
Yeah.
Great yard.
Hold on. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Whoop. Move off. Ryan, come down. A little bit of slack. All right, right there. Hey, it's on and it's still in one piece. Let's go see the other side. The other side is literally like new. Look at this.
Is it in service yet?
Just about.
Just about.
$5 a pop. Unless then you're looking at about 10.
Oh, okay.
It's like, I'm very impressed. Whoever builds these things, nice work. I'll take 2. JK.
We don't need any. We don't need any. Sorry.
This is cool. This is a very impressive build.
How do I get down from here?
You ride up there.
Don't let my family see this. Don't let my kids know I went down like this.
Right? Go, yeah. Oh. We are loaded up and it may look like the job is done, but it's not. We still have 2 more challenges. The next one is getting out of here. Now that we're loaded, this trailer is gonna pull a lot differently. And then once we get on the highway, we gotta truck this thing into Garden City And then comes the fun part of unloading it. Let's see if the old Kenworth does what she does best and pulls this thing right through. Here comes the fun part. We obviously just picked this thing up on the side of the road. It's been sitting there for about 3 months, and we had the choice to keep it, take it back to the shop, sell it, do whatever we wanted. But we decided that the best home for this outhouse would be right here in Garden City, where we'll be donating it to a new park. Turns out they've got this awesome new park that they built. Garden City's growing like crazy. It's one of my favorite places in the world, right here on beautiful Bear Lake. And we reached out to the mayor here and said, hey, are you in need of an outhouse? And he said, oddly enough, yes, the new park is like coming together. It's beautiful. Happy to be part of the community, help any way that we can. So we're gonna get this thing unloaded and then get out of here. Go ahead. And our work here is done. We got the old outhouse unloaded from the lowboy. We got it set up over here in the Garden City Park. You can see this new park they're putting in over here. Super nice facility. Garden City, again, one of my favorite places in the world. Such just a rad little community. And they're gonna take the old outhouse here and turn it into basically a flushing toilet, so it's not going to have like the big nasty smelly tanks. So I would show you inside, but the doors are still locked, oddly enough. But this is the side that was sitting in the dirt. Honestly, more damage was done unloading it than when it fell off the trailer, and everything, all the damage that was done is all just cosmetic. So just a couple chunks of concrete broke off there from their loader forks, but kind of the only option to unload it, because it has lifting eyes right here, but those were broken. One completely came out of the concrete and one of the studs broke off, so there was anywhere left to lift on it. So it's fine. They're gonna convert it over to flushing toilets. They're happy, we're happy. Sheriff's happy. Poor guy. He's like, man, that thing's just been sitting there for 2 or 3 months and there was nothing we could do about it because nobody could move it, and it was just kind of an eyesore. It was kind of starting to become like a landmark of the community. A school bus driver told me he'd drive by it with the kids every day, and the kids would all be excited to see the tipped over outhouse. So now they're all gonna be confused on their way home from school today because we moved it. Anyways, job well done, and got to do our good deed for the day. So now we'll load up and head back to the shop.